So when we talk about fraction, exactly mean when you have an expression such as you are having both numerator and denominator, such expression is classified to be a fraction. Now we have different forms of fraction, but that is not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is how to simplify a fraction. So here is an expression. Now, the types of fraction that this particular expression is known as mixed fraction. Now, in order to simplify this, we need to convert it, we need to change it to a improper fraction by multiplying the whole number with the denominator and add it to the numerator and write out whatever you have. So let's convert it first. So 6 multiplied by 5 becomes 30. 30 plus 1, that's 31. So we have 31 over 5 minus 2 times 4 is 8. And 8 plus 1 is 9. So we have 9 over 4 plus 1 times 6 is 6. And 6 plus 1 is 7. So we have 7 over 4. Now, we have our proper fraction now. Okay? Now, the next thing we need to consider doing is to find the LCM. Sorry, I actually made a mistake. I actually want to write 6 here, but I decided unfortunately, I mistakenly write a 4. I wrote 4. So it has to be 6. Okay. Now the next thing is to find the LCM. Now we need a number whereby both 5, 4, and 6 can go in. So I think 60 is much more preferable. Like it's much more okay. So let's use 60, okay, as the LCM. So 5 can go in 60. That's how much? So let me use my calculator so that I won't go and write rubbish. So 60 divided by 5 is 12, and 12 times 31 is 372. So we have 372 minus 60 can go in 4 divided by 4. That's 15. 15 times 9. So that's 135 minus 135 plus 60 can go in 6. That's 10. 10 times 7. That's 70. So we have 70. Okay. So the next thing is what? Is to add them together. So we have 372 minus 135 plus 70. So we have our answer to be 307. So we have 307 over 60. Now the fact that the last digit over here is a prime number and our denominator is an even number, so it means nothing can go in both of them at the same time. So our final answer is 307 over 60. Let's work out one more example. Okay, so let's say we have one whole number 5 over 8 plus one whole number 3 over 5, then divided by 5 whole number 3 over 8. So how can we simplify this? Whenever you have an expression like this, the first thing I will recommend you guys doing is to concentrate on the ones in the bracket first, okay, before we now start to move outside. So let's focus with the one in the bracket first. Okay, now let's convert it to a proper fraction by multiplying the whole number with the denominator and add it to the numerator. So we have 1 times 8 to be 8. 8 plus 5, that's 13. So we have 13 over 8 plus 1 times 5 is 5. 5 plus 3, that's 8. So we have 8 over 5. Now the next thing we can do is to find the LCM. So we need a number whereby 8 can go in that number and at the same time 5 can go in it. So let's use 40. So 40 is pretty good. So we are using 40 as the LCM. So 8 can go in 40. That should be 5 times. And 5 times 13. 13 times 5. So that's 65. So we have 65 plus 40 divided by 5. 40 divided by 5 is 8. And 8 times 8 is 64. So we have 64 as our answer as well. So let's sum it up. Then we have 65 plus 64. So we have 129. So our answer is 129. 129 over 40. So we divide it with what? With 5 whole number 3 over 8. Okay. Now 129 is now in proper fraction over 40. So what we need to do next is to change the right answer to a proper fraction as well. So 5 times 8 is 40. 40 plus 3 is 43. So we have it to be 43 over 8 in proper fraction. Now the next thing we need to do is to change this. Perhaps you have heard about the word keep, flip, and change. So you need to keep this, change the sign to multiplication, and change the numerator and denominator by taking the denominator to all the way to the numerator and taking the numerator back to the denominator. So that's what it means. So it means we are going to have 129 over 40 multiplied by 8 over 43. What we need to just do is just to flip this. Take 8 to the up and bring 43 back to down. Okay. Now, next we need to do is to check maybe we can cut. Yes, we can cut because 8 can go here 1 and 8 can go in 40. That's how many times? 5. 43 can go here 1, 43 can go here 3. So our final answer should be 3 over 5. So that is the basic idea behind simplifying fractions. So hope you guys are following. Okay. And here is an exercise for you guys to practice. If you want me to review your answer, you can post it in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, like I used to say, make sure you subscribe now. Okay. So see you guys in the next video.